to Raze, then someone should just be playing Raze all the time as much as possible to get the kind of practice.
I would love to see a very confident DFM
So
for sure.
that might be one of the reasons for it.
Bleed
DFM on defense, Bleed on attack,
and they have players who are Swiss Army knives.
Right.
They definitely do. It's better to be a Swiss Army gun in this game. Yeah, good to have a cool knife, but generally you're not going to use it here in pro. So
no Cypher on split. I mean, you don't need Cypher. It just makes life a little bit easier.
Like.
You can just go aggro when you have double duelist on defense. You just take map control a bit more.
And say, okay, well, the strats aren't working too well. You know, the communication may be a little bit off. Maybe the morale a little bit low.
We go fast over towards B just to see the reaction. We want to try and get the.
See if you can get some wins.
Whoa.
Meanwhile, May trying to get out there.
Yeah, we want to try and get some util out of them.
Himself to potentially help out our desk.
Moment flashes
the board.
I definitely don't mind it at all. Jet is
8-person duel at middle.
Before Ye or Scary even came in for Bleed. But as we head on into a full-on conflict,
absolute chaos, man. The frenzy comes out on top.
Darren comes out on top with a frenzy.
And Ye got the first kill.
Wow. Okay.
Uh-oh. That's not a good start for our desk. But it is a great start for Bleed.
Oh, lovely smoke to get out of there.
Here. Not sure if they're going to know that Anthem is already in onto the site.
Look for the last one, though. Not quite having the range on the right click.
Could have set up himself before the swing.
Who opens up the pistol round for Bleed.
Wasn't a great second swing on this.
Essentially just a massacre in mid, going very much back and forth. And he just kind of, he got the first kill, and then sitting back with the frenzy, lining it up. Nice second kill there as well, and then Retla.
Brilliant. Yeah, gotta keep the morale up.
All right, and in terms of the pistols,
that's
been even right for the pistols.
Expect a lot from for Darien, but at the same time, coming back into it.
The insta 5-person stack. This is interesting. I spoke about this a little bit on stream. How like this can be good, but you can't do it all the time because then the ante against it becomes too easy. I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've seen them do this.
I mean, I guess these are kind of meta comps. So,
but I do wonder if Bleed can win with their composition and
yeah.
Darren with the Outlaw right now looking for an opening pick.
In terms of double duelist, you're looking for around 6, maybe 7.
Squad.
Is a little bit harder against this comp, but you're still looking for around 6.
Just pushing on forward, taking over the whole site. Here comes DFM. We're going to see if they can catch anyone, but nobody is here. Little do they know. Not even able to get the orb. So
unfortunate.
They're just going to run all the way over to B.
This guy could really farm.
Into the hands of Darian, who does have first contact here. Not going to hit that shot.
Speaking of farming.
Wow. Yeah, instantly coming back in just to double up and collect on all the final kills. Similar story to before.
Well, Razor's kind of close now after that.
Finds 4 kills.
Hey, Quack, is that the second first kill for Ye?
Wow.
Already in round 2?
Oh, there it is.
Our desk is going to suffer, aren't they? So yeah, pretty much just moves around. He's got a Spectre. It's a done deal. Denied from the ace.
But I do definitely love how, you know, it's just that
setup. Big bonus. Bonus isn't looking great other than this. He was tempted to buy some armor. But in terms of heavy armor, but decides against them.
Stretching their legs on this map. They're not so cautious, too overly cautious or too afraid to peek out. Going in for some confident pools. That's what we need. Especially with the double duelist composition. It's going to be Darren
this
with
gun
a swing
just shoots
onto
so fast that you can get away with that stuff. Goes away, gets to the hill. Now this Razor becomes a little bit scarier over towards sites as well.
Ye has the
and
rockets
it's a simple group up at the moment. Smoke, wall, send it site.
Important to have the rockets online.
Okay, just smoke, send. Are they going to keep defaulting?
How they do enter onto the site. Cess already down. Anthem up in heaven, taking a bit of damage already.
Yeah, I kind of like this though. Smoke into wall to get the gun upgrade.
That heaven area is bleeding
Dog on
at the
site,
moment.
and we raise all heaven.
For a bonus.
Oh, he goes all the way through spawn.
Very likely able to get it as well. They continue forth with his momentum.
Damn, I mean, this is the
So
bonus.
much space being collected on. I don't know how you can retake this.
No one's
They
expecting this right
some
now.
players approaching from behind,
Wait,
but
how's no one
I
expecting
believe
this?
Bleed are anticipating this as well. Zest already watching down this right angle.
Yes.
Scary watching ramps as well. A lot of it is being marked as the spike goes down.
Yeah, at this point, maybe you just want to back out of here and save up because... Oh! Wait, he re-peeks it. Looking for the kill. Not going to get it.
I think it's like it was a Spectre, so he thought maybe...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's solid, though, in terms of the gun upgrades.
Spray from that range was actually pretty clean. And now they're going to be able to pick up rifles.
Sending it? Yeah, I preferred this round for sure.
But it doesn't look like they will be able
Definitely
to. So
sending it on
gonna
this
pick up
one.
the bonus here with 4 players alive. So coming out, double duelist. Very aggressive here on split already. And a pretty demanding lead. Commanding lead, rather, at this point in time.
A very strong one. Because not only do you have the rounds, you've collected on so many kills. Darien is now 2 points away from his Blade Storm. And it's nothing too, strategic either. If you take a look at how the round breaks down, it's just Darien opening things up with a peek into A ramps. Having the confidence to go for
DFM,
something
we're expecting
like
a double duelist. I was
and
just
firing
thinking
off
that,
the
right? 'Cause
outlaw.
Bleed have never shown
DFM
this map.
weren't
This is a good,
prepared or
this is a
weren't
good
quite
way of kind of
ready
working
to
out
take on
how
some
much
of these
impact the
duels,
coach
and
can have
as they go in for the
when you're playing
retake,
against a team that you
continuing
have
to
no
lose
data
players
on.
left and right.
So it's kind of a lot onto the players and just playing your own game. Instead of potentially like a game plan that could work against it. This might give us a good idea on just how much the coach does as well in terms of the team. But also you can see the comps when you go in.
Same for DFM.
You do know a little bit in terms
Don't
of
really see much
what you're up
towards mid
against.
for the time being, though. They might have heard
Got like
some footsteps.
3 minutes to talk about it.
Interestingly enough, we just DFM completely vacated the A site because they do have a camera around it.
So just going to utilize that and just be ready for a quick rotation towards B. It does come through. Trailblazer through here for Zest. Going to barely see one guy.
Yeah, good amount of pressure, and they feel like they create a question mark over towards here with the vision block. Now they can hit over towards site, but honestly, we might have a full passing stack if the Viper gets here. Viper might even go fast behind, which means these guys on site should maybe leave, but the Omen Flash is great.
Bleed dives straight in with the execute, but Ye, unfortunately, is the only one who makes
Gotta keep an eye on this Viper, by the way.
Through.
Dude, Viper doesn't even need to activate, everyone's dead.
Angles being held by Ming and Cess. Even with the Sheriffs able to accurately fire through. Now Medusa with the right click.
Oh no.
Okay, lovely
Scary
round from them in
over,
terms of the
making it
gun
tough for
upgrades.
him, making him miss.
Yeah, and DFM gambled great here as well. And you gotta,
Interesting.
even though he
call
missed the
from
kill
Bleed
at the
there,
end here, Medusa
saying,
does
okay,
deserve
well,
a bit of a shout out because he did good over towards middle, insta clearing the information in terms of the fake push over
But even
towards
for all the smoke,
fence.
just trying to peek on through, no flashes. I mean, Cess is just sitting here with the Sheriff getting free shots.
Yeah, and
Nobody's clearing
I
the
mean,
back
they
of the
just
site. And DFM
didn't see
in
enough
position
sends there though.
for
In similar
that one,
issues,
pretty
like
easily able to stop it.
I mean, 1 cent.
I think Bleed would have won that round if they were a lot tighter, a lot more coordinated on the execute as they rushed out. Unfortunately, it was only Ye who went out
Yeah, they
first.
kind of needed a bit more. But I mean, honestly, the Omen
Even though
Flash
it's
was
the same
everything, man.
compositions,
The Omen Flash was the one that
different
just wrecked
players,
us.
and we're seeing different looks as compared to what we saw from Gen G versus DRX. That's what I'm thinking about because
Maybe I have no idea
the
that Ye's
ideas
is
are
close.
the same, but the execution not quite.
Oh, timing
Trying
was
to dive
perfect
back
though.
in, but
Skydog goes over
quite
towards
worked out.
A.
So now we're
He's
back
one.
towards mid and trying to play a little bit more slow and careful. We've positioned Ye up around mid cubby. The rest of the squad still trying to explore around. Oh, but as the smokes dissipate, it's Ye who loses his head.
Yeah, just a little bit quicker.
Yeah, no first bloods this round, Valdez.
No. Not to the 2 players that are trying to get them for our mini game. And now push coming in here towards.
Camera should be able to spot this. Flash goes over towards B main. That hits one.
Now losing
And
one
they can
player,
keep the
now
3-person
rest of
stack.
DFM
Medusa going to
trying
get over towards site as well. Camera sees them in
steady
heaven.
themselves for further
And
contact.
someone's got to frag
It's
heavy on site.
not as fast as they had hoped. Now we've got the utility set up, but Darren's able to fire through with the operator. More players from Bleed starting
This
to
one crumbled
show up
apart.
on the
They had
board
numbers
as they
here.
push through together. That gives them the site.
Spike planted.
They get on in. It didn't seem like DFM were doing pretty good on those first contacts.
Yeah, they
I mean,
didn't
we
really
saw
have a great
they were
setup.
set up on the site. They kind of knew which direction they were coming in. They just could not land the shots. And Bleed just swarming the site just a bit
Timing
better.
of
Nice
going
shot
through
from
the
May.
smoke to dodge to the flash here was the best it could be.
This is blast pack to clear some corners as well.
There's
Has an
no idea where
they
this other
might
guy is.
be, but wow, Paranoia tossed back in.
Hey,
Just
nicely
to
done from Bleed here
secure
as
the
well.
round.
I think DFM, and I've
Bleed
seen
takes
this
down
before as
fourth.
well. It's like their defensive
4-1.
decision making sometimes lets them down.
So Ye goes
Certain
down in mid,
situations.
and then they just group up as a 4-man unit and push onto the B site. You see
who's meant
3
to-
members of DFM on the site.
Who's
Doesn't
meant to
quite
help out
matter,
who here?
Cess.
They're both stuck in
Retlar
like a.
pushing out.
There's no like
Oh, they're able to
crossfires. They're
clear
just
out
stuck
that
in a little
angle.
square.
Not a big overreaction, just trying to keep
It's
up
not
with
like
the
a
momentum that
not
they
like a
have at
one
this
at the
point.
back who can then focus over towards here, who can then focus this,
One
and then
way
he
to
can
play the
focus
map,
heaven.
If you know,
This guy
use
can
Ye
focus
as a
heaven. It's just all
sacrificial
in this
land
square.
and
Just
use that to kind of play
They're
off
everywhere.
of how DFM might read you. So it works. But on to the next round now. And we're back towards defaults. DFM not really peeking out too much either. We don't see any set plays to take over garage control, for example.
Oh, there
oh
it
my
is.
god, the boom bot
Yeah,
finishes
they
him
knew
off.
they got the stun down, so Ye just sends the boom bot in and gets
Take
the
that
kill.
as a first
Yeah,
kill.
triangulate his position off of the boombot. A little bit of damage being sent through with the shots fired through the smokes as well. DFM wanting to re-aggress and find some trades perhaps, but unfortunately it doesn't quite work out in their favor. Trap will be able to catch a single player as they try to push on through in towards A, but unfortunately initiative and timing not quite on Neth's side. It's going to be Bleed collecting
looks,
on all the final kills in this round.
It's a lot
Again,
better here. I
as
mean,
they
this guy
find
just got caught out in middle.
Successful early contact.
Damn.
Yeah, pretty good stuff there in mid. Playing as a team, using your utility to kind of root out Medusa within all the smokes. You get that first pick, and then they read DFM really
Yeah,
well.
the
like you
dog's
mentioned,
done
you know,
into the
repeats
boom bot
come
into
out,
the
the
spam was
reaggression
good.
From the side of DFM, they get punished in
Took a
mid,
lot of space here once they realized they
and
were fighting
everybody
towards middle.
eventually picks up a
Tried
kill.
to take a timing once they grouped
Carry
up
on
towards
himself
middle after
as
maybe
well
getting a
at
kill. Didn't pay
very
off.
end.
Forced them down to low eco.
And Bleed just
Double
off
hero
to a
gun.
roaring start in this one, 5-1 already.
Yeah, very cautious, but still a lot of rounds under their belt, and DFM not quite able to find all too much. They managed to get some reads, but the reaction's not quite there. Now with slightly downgraded Arsenal, Cess tries to play an off angle around B. Wow, catch is scary.
Surely
Who
not
does
another
not
eco.
expect it. That's one way to start things out.
Yeah, that's
No
certainly going to help.
smokes.
Starian's just trying to poke his head in here with an operator. That's not going to work. I think very aggressive play, you know?
And
Risk versus reward.
That's the thing about Bleed. It's, you know, sometimes it's not quite clear what the game plan is.
Sometimes we have
Should
no
push up,
idea what
you
the
can't
hell they're
quite get a
doing.
follow through on him.
Basically, the
It would've been
translation of
Really
that.
cool if you got the kill, though.
That's right. Mid-air.
That's what you got to think about, you know? Like,
Well,
imagine if he
There's a
got
lot
it.
of gun upgrades
Wow.
after this one.
I know what he's trying to do, though. He wants to go onto heaven
Good
just
yet.
to get further space, but his team
He had
isn't
so
quite
much time.
going along, and he spotted
Why
out
is he
the player,
sending
so
it in?
Unfortunately, the dash went out straight in the open instead. So the ideas and again, the individual performances
Look
are
at this
actually
guy. This guy must
pretty
look at
darn
that.
good.
Bro,
But
if someone
the
did that in your
coordination
ranked, you're
sometimes
reporting them.
goes a little bit off.
That's the
off
mad thing.
balance,
Someone does
and
that
that's when
in ranked,
DFM
you're actually reporting them.
capitalizes. So we've got DFM
Especially when you
on
look
the
at it from
second
there.
round
He's
win
dashing in
now.
on his own. We've got
A's
a wall
picking
to
up the
cover.
operator. Let's see what more damage they can do. little bit more
higher,
courageous,
lower, and they
holding
manage
the
to
angle
get
straight
out.
up front.
30 HP, heal comes in.
Uses
I
elevation
understand
to
like the fact
snipe
of you
down
lose
Gary.
the smokes, you need to try and make a hero play, but I mean they got an op. You can just
garage. Does come back to bite them.
you can just
So that's going to be healed
take
up
your
as
time.
well. So now Bleed down a member. We saw on the first map, Bleed was able to string together 6 rounds in a row.
Unless they had
were
some kind of
very
read
handily in
into
the
something
lead
and the light
the
is
map that
left.
was Lotus,
If they
but then
see
they kinda
something, that's the only thing I
lost
can
control
think to
of the
make that
situation,
play.
and they lost 8 rounds in a
I'm
row,
really
so
reaching.
hope we don't get that kind of streakiness here once again, just for Bleed's sake.
We want
Although,
good games, good matches to watch. High-level gameplay.
Yeah, this guy's
Incredible
dominating A Heaven at the
mechanics.
moment. I feel
Redla
like
able
you need to fight A Heaven to
gun
stop
down a
this.
single player as he holds down the entire
A Heaven is getting controlled by them. They feel
ensuring that
great.
DFM doesn't quite get the space that they are looking for. May, though, does not
Whoa.
care, deploys the rockets.
Some
just
low
to
HPs
eliminate
though.
him.
This 2v4 from Bleed is very doable.
And now they've
Gary
got
still
little
has
bit
a
more
flash.
space. Anticipating further
Good plant for
positions, though,
Heaven.
they try to peek out together. Scary's not
Holy.
quite able to take down 2 or 3 targets
Looking like
by
the Red
himself.
Guard clip from
Not
yesterday.
when they're peeking together.
they throw out the Seekers, and May's like, oh, he's with me. A little bit too late, though, as May was very low on health.
Should be able to stick to defuse, though. Being able to keep himself shrouded in mystery. Oh!
Wait.
But Zest knows exactly where the spike is planted. Zest tries to take his place and
Oh boy, man. Fair
unfortunately
play.
not quite able to protect
Yeah, and
himself.
I understand the
Using
guy's
smoke,
decision
not
making.
taking
Like
the
the
shot
guy
out
inside
against
decided
Zest
to be pretty
either.
smart here.
It's
I
gonna be
think
Bleed right back up on
that
top.
he was getting spammed and he was
Yeah,
on
it's
the
a great
corner
win
and got it
for
half,
them. I
and
mean,
then he
that was
repositioned
up
into the other
Up
corner.
against the wall, Retla, you know, starts
reposition
off with
to
the
where-
one kill,
where
and
he's
then
already
it's up to
spammed.
Zest here. Handles it perfectly. I mean, throws out the Trailblazer, gets the information, lands
Yeah,
the
it
first
didn't
shot,
really
lands
go
the second,
great.
clutches it, and now we will have
Yeah, it's always a
first
very
timeout.
doable 2v4.
going to DFM.
That's right, it's DFM.
So like multiple different
Awesome
logos
chamber
up
on this
there.
map. It's one of the worst ones.
DFM,
It's not as good as
slow
most of the
timeout.
others. You can kind of force it.
Kind of makes sense as they're down 6-2.
And you got to consider the fact that this is their map pick as well. I mean, we might have said the same thing for Bleed on Lotus, but DFM has been picking this map against their opponents so far, and they haven't really found all
Foot
that
play it
much
pretty well.
success.
I guess there's that.
Not yet. Especially on the defensive side, it feels as though there are some of these moments where the reads aren't quite there, or the reactions aren't quite there, and it just feels a
But
little
they've
bit
only
off.
won ecos at the moment.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a slow start here for DFM, so I don't mind taking the timeout. Could have even seen it earlier at like 5-1, you know, where they just start to slowly fall behind. But we actually saw them not take a single timeout on the first map, so being a little bit more cautious about when they want to stop and actually
Good to go over
talk
towards
to the
Heaven.
players.
Okay, let's see if they can actually
Maybe
win
not
a
take
buy
them out of
round.
their
I
flow
think the
state.
timeout's good in terms of the timing,
This
obviously.
time they will, as it doesn't seem like the flow state
And
is very
Bleed
not
just
there
decide
yet.
to straight up go over towards site.
Parents,
Gatanade breaks the trip
They
on
were,
site.
Hello.
Playing
They
this
were
map against
so
Gen G
ready
last
for
week.
someone to send it into Heaven. They had a trip
a
hit and 2
6-2
people holding.
2 rounds. They only want 2
Lovely
rounds
kill
of
though.
defense, so
Yeah, and they create a lot of pressure here
maybe
that they
this
have
will
to
be a better
re-clear.
performance if they're able to
And at the
take
moment
this
we're
one
looking at
against
Scary,
Bleed.
and he's the guy
So
that
far,
can win
Bleed
this
now being
round for
decisive
sure.
on their hit. 'Cause again, when you call the timeout, your opponent's coach can talk to their team as well. And we see a set strat coming through. DFM, though, trying to make use of
Yeah, and
every
Cage is one of the
single
better
angle
ones to block
possible.
this because you hear
Come
obviously
back
if
down
someone
from
pushes
around
through
A
it.
ramp. They managed to eliminate the first. Retla now comes back in and kill of his own, and then deploys the Viper's Pit, eliminating more positions. May has managed to sneak through screens now, and he's able to look for even more, but he knows not to repeat the same mistakes from Cess from earlier. So he's looking to eliminate the final few
Yeah,
players.
just gotta get out of there. Nicely done from
Fortunately,
Bleed. I
though,
like this one.
Takes up a little bit too
They
much
handled
time
it well
and
in the
has to
after
use
plant. I
blast
mean, it
pack
all came
to
down to this kill
evade
over towards spawn as
dodge
well,
and
and
get
Scary's
away.
positioning.
Yeah, had a chance to take out
Rattler got a
everybody,
very
but
important
at
kill
the
on
end of the
towards
day, he's just
Heaven as
gonna
well.
Take the slower approach. Nice try from May, but at the end of the day, it is a 7th round now going in favor of Bleed. As they got in there pretty quickly, you see the Cage falls.
Good job, guys. Good job, good job, good job.
Once again, just trying to keep the hopes alive, try to keep the morale high. Already 7 rounds for Bleed is a pretty good spot,
Same
I
thing.
would say, on DFM's map pick, and has been very back and forth, very streaky.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll
this looks
see.
like it should hit both
They
of them,
can
right?
keep
I
up
mean,
with the
obviously the
pressure.
trip's up here, actually.
Should be able to.
Catanate again, is at least going to hit the
Yeah.
one in sight.
Not seeing all that much impact.
No
Many
one
of
going
the
up
DFM
towards
players,
heaven
not
this
even
time.
May,
Jet sends
did
it in.
manage to get a lot of those one-on-ones in the final few moments of the previous round. Now back to it though. I mean, this is the
side's clear. No one else
decisive,
has to get over there.
strategy that we wanted to see from Bleed. They have this double composition, double duelist composition for a reason, and it just works
Yeah,
out
that's
really
it done.
well. Scary now collecting on the two from behind. Always from behind. Yay with a
Shot
showstopper.
from Scary.
A
And this is looking
quadruple kill
very convincing in terms of the
against DFM, so
in
2
terms
to
of
8.
the scoreline.
Yeah,
Very
first
streaky.
looked a little bit silly for me, but at least he did get the kill at the end of the day. Just a quick entry once again. Bleed, they say, well, this has been working. The first time
Why
they
am I
tried this, it
laughing?
did not really
The original
go
satchel
sonically, but they
wasn't
really got us
wasn't
down,
great.
and they're
It-
just
it caught
sending
me
it
off
over
guard.
and over again. They're
What can I
utilizing
say?
their double duelists. They're creating a lot of space, and DFM just are not finding the answers. So Bleed are like, okay, we'll just do it again, and we'll do it again. Why not?
You're not really, seeing any plays to kind of slow down the offensive push from
Yeah,
Bleed.
and they get over towards side. They've been doing a good job of mixing
in
this
this
one
round,
up.
they are not anywhere to be found
Double
on
A
site,
hit
so
after
it's
the
a completely
timeout, then
free
straight into
plant,
the
free
B
real
hit.
estate.
And I like it. It
for
was
Bleed.
like they tried to go middle at the beginning to make
Oh,
sure
now
that
it's just a
they
firing squad
show that
watching
they
down
can go
Devin.
middle.
Oh boy.
And ever since that timeout, they just switch it up to straight up fast hits. Something that the double duelist is good at.
This is where I'm worried for DFM. You can't individually stacked players against Bleed. If you're not going against Bleed with teamwork, each and every single one of these players can frag out against you, and that's. Although Anthem
Dude,
collected a
I
couple
don't
of
know how
sheriff
you would
kills,
make
that's
it
gonna
work,
be
but I feel like
Bleed
after you
training
watch
them
this, I feel like
down
double
bit
duelist
by
would
bit.
just suit this team a lot better.
man, Anthem
Not that
got
I
to a
think that.
piece there
I mean, I do
in
think
that
there's a
round,
lot of
but
stuff
again,
that
it
is
really just comes down to
struggling
the way
on
these
the
rounds are
defense
flowing,
here.
right? As you mentioned before, it's just like free real estate on the B side. Bleed just kind of waltz on in, they plant the spike, and DFM trying to go for a retake, but what the fuck? I think
Well,
that says it all. Even the Bleed members are like, what is going on?
Dude, I love how the replay guy's been really
Well,
careful,
maybe he was
blocking
saying that
a lot
because
of
it got a
stuff
little bit
out,
close
and
there
then
at the
this
end,
one he
and they
just
almost lost to
absolutely
Sheriffs.
sends it.
Perhaps.
Could be part of it.
On to the next round now. DFM buys up. It's the last round of the half, and they're looking for slightly better positioning as they move on into the second. May watches the angle. And Bleed's gotten a little bit of space already.
Just a little bit.
Though, okay, Neth.
Tell you what though, this setup's a lot better.
Darian evades all of it.
Double trip over towards sight.
Neth pops up the cages just to play around.
Omen
He
needs
wants
to help him out of the
stop
smoke here.
dive composition. Able to take down the first player, but
Gotta
not
help him
quite
out
on
with
the
the smoke
second.
here,
As
my
the
guy.
North continues to pulse through. Further information as to where the players might be positioned now.
And strong rounds. They take sight, you take heaven.
Not quite seeing all too much though. And slightly disjointed peaks. It's DFM going in one by one and
10-2.
Bleed completely feasting
Why is it always this
on
map?
each and every single one of them.
I mean, they had that angle covered by about 3 people, and there was no peek from heaven at the same time. So one person goes and dies, another person goes and dies.
Okay, nice half from them though.
Bleed, yeah, it was like a nice hold on the site from Neth to get the 1 kill and delay the plant, but then they still got a free plant, and the retake was very lackluster. So Bleed, total control at this point, and they are sitting here at 10-2 at the half.
Incredible stuff from Bleed. I would not be surprised if they took the
They look
pistol, and if
much
they
more
do take the
comfortable. I'm
pistol,
telling you,
then
double
it's
duelist
going to be a
just
really
looks
fast
like
map.
the one.
DFM definitely struggling a little bit somehow.
But I do think,
Not
again,
quite sure what's
DFM's
going on, but
reactive stuff on defense
you could see like some
is,
slight, you know,
it
errors
is
in
just a
the
little
way
bit
that they're
off.
coordinated. Some people not really peeking together or not really looking at the right directions. And it's just a little bit chaotic sometimes. Meanwhile, Bleed have been doing so well at how they're just diving in together. And that's exactly what our desk was talking about. The fact that they're able to execute together with this double duelist composition.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to send it as the tech pause is over. By the way, guys, we go straight into halftime. still have the halftime downtime, so the teams can discuss what to do better or to, you know, take a nap. That's also an option. Obviously, not taking a nap, maybe a little rest, resting his eyes. As you can see,
Sleep
maybe some fatigue there on the side of DFM. They do not look too pleased with the way that they have kind of been just handled here on this map. So really got to see something better here from the attacker side. From the side of DFM, they do not have double duelists, as we have seen. They've gone for a more standard composition.
Excited for 4 best-of-3s every day? Oh, yeah.
I don't know. If they really got to take this halftime to
solid week this
try
one.
to just reset their brain and maybe
It's
even just say,
honestly
okay,
not too bad.
let's try our best, but maybe even just look towards the next map and try to discuss what we're going to do on the next one, because so far 10-2, pretty difficult to come back from. Let's see what DFM have in store for us.
Certainly gonna have to try.
Raid boss. The armor and the frenzy out. Maybe we're sending up towards heaven with this double satchel.
We've seen how mechanically gifted any one of them can be, whether or not it's scary or yay or may.
So double satchel, then maybe sky flash, and if the sky flash hits you, omen flash.
Sometimes just.
And then let's see what they do
slight
after.
mistakes.
Probably boom bot for this, and then just send it into
So swapping sides now.
Skydog.
DFM on the attack. What can they provide?
Into both as well.
Start things off with some strategies just to take over a ramp.
Okay, yeah, we buy armor, right? So we can't have this.
Trailblazer will be able to find a bit of information. May now doubling back in just to hold the angle. Finds the first.
Holy, the
Now
team
spots
flash
out 3
kind
more
of
targets.
saved the raid there a little bit, I feel like. W's forward. Imagine gets another nade off.
Now tosses the paint shells, and it does discourage a couple of players from Bleed.
Keep
from
an eye on the
staying
Viper v
around
Viper,
the
Joe.
area.
Because
That's when
Rattler
Cess
on
comes up
21
from
HP is
behind
trying to make
as
a
he made his way through
round-winning play.
Medusa able to fire off another shot too. And Bleed are just trying to fight back against them, but to no avail.
Okay, surely
So
not a
too
10.
bad. DFM actually starts things off with a pistol win on the second half.
Yeah, not half bad. I mean, they come out with a set play onto
Why am I
ramp.
already
And
worried?
essentially, they just say, okay, May, go kill a little bit, you know, send you in the front. You have a frenzy, you've got a Viper wall to protect from one side, pick a couple people off here and there.
Oh, wow.
As at the viewing party, everybody is very excited for DFM.
Okay, everyone buying into
finally
this
put up
one
some more
to just make sure
numbers.
that they don't get ecoed. We are sending it straight towards
bad.
site, and we've got 5
Especially
people
if
here.
Bleed
It's a
wants to
10,000
play
duel.
against them.
Go aggro with the
Next round
flash
now,
might actually
Bleed just diving,
get an okay amount on the
flashing
eco.
straight into DFM. The better firepower.
Yeah, I mean, every kill
wins.
matters in terms of taking guns out of their hand, making
Down to
sure
the
that
last
the
one, it's
bonus is
gonna be
weaker.
Retla.
So 2 is great. Got an armor
Not the
rebuy
Bleed
already.
classic.
Not bad at all.
No one's gonna be able to
And an
find too
extra
many kills
armor
with that
rebuy.
one.
They did
Not
great.
this time.
Yeah. Just a good old-fashioned 5v5. Everybody stand and look at each other and see who is going to win. Not a lot of utility, no need, especially for the side of DFM.
5v5 standoff.
Is Neth going to buy anything?
Oh, he's
Yes,
bought his teammate a
Or not.
rifle.
Armor and a sheriff.
What's going on there? Oh, okay.
That's about it. You got
Uses
one
the
Vandal,
center.
full armors for everybody else.
Drops his gun away.
It's quite the number of players from the previous
Or an
round.
extra one. Dog goes in.
Now the
I
question
mean,
is,
the
how
dog
is
sees
Bleed
so
gonna
many behind this wall, and
take
this guy's like,
control of the
well,
round? Uh-oh. Try to push down ramp.
cannot believe he
Zest
sticks around instead of
providing
dashing
Garen
out.
with
How many
further
did the
support
dog see?
from the top. It does do a little bit of damage against
Duelist for a
DFM.
duelist, though, so maybe.
Neth continues to lurk because he's got the sheriff.
Spike dropped.
DFM continuing to try to aggress onto this A site. They have not tried anything in mid or B yet. This is only the 3rd round. Maybe they're going to look
Yeah,
elsewhere.
and DFM have a
after
lot of options. Again, with the
trade of one
Viper
for one,
Cypher, there's
especially
just so much you can do in
with
terms
May
of
down.
your actual default.
Might look to mix it
Like,
up.
it's just so fun. You can have this wall, you can have smoke, you can have cage, you can have ball
now
in
just
B,
not
you can have
being able to
smoke in
retreat
B,
all too much.
smoke middle.
The timer continues to
whatever
tick
the hell you
away.
want.
Anthem can't
The DFM have
really
options.
find anything because of the anti-flash positions being played by Bleed.
30 seconds left.
This is a lot better from
So
Bleed,
they
though.
might
I
just
definitely want to
decide
take a look at
to
Scary.
walk
He's pretty
into
far away to
A
get this
site
smoke
kind
that
of
these guys would
blind.
need
I
on
mean,
the
I'm
site.
not
We've got
sure if
20
he's using the
seconds,
guiding light to
and they could
kind of
definitely just play
create a
off
bit
each
more
other on
presence
site here.
towards B
Omen Flash
before
doesn't hit
deciding to
anyone.
hit into A. But unfortunately, I don't think the fake's all too good as Zest manages to hold
What
his
an
own
absolute hold,
triple
man. That
kill,
third
and
kill
then
was
Ye to put the final one on
unbelievable.
the board,
Yeah, that was the
and
one.
That gives us Bleed on an 11th win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
no
maybe
bonus here for
DFM
DFM,
got it a little bit low,
especially
but
with the early
I mean, I
trade
think
down
a
and just
similar
not clearing
situation
out
would
that
have happened.
corner. Essentially just trying to go for a late push onto the A site, and that does get cleaned up pretty
This
easily.
corner, yeah, dude, it gets
as,
so
kind
much.
of lucky for
You're
Zest
just
to get
so
that one, but
heavy
not lucky
committed,
on
right?
these,
That's the thing.
as he lines up
Check
3
this corner
beautiful
like you're
kills.
just out in the open.
Excellent,
It's also
just
great because it's
resets,
like when
hitting
you
the
check this
shots,
corner,
not panicking with
like,
like
you're
3
kinda
people
here,
in front of him. Oftentimes we'll
And
see
a lot
people
of the
be like, oh, I
time,
don't know who to
you're
shoot.
worried about
Yeah.
someone holding
Zest
this
was
angle, so you
totally
kind of
calm
have to be
under that
exposed to one
pressure.
of them.
And get so much value out of that corner.
That's what you have when you hire a really expensive player. I mean, experienced player like Zest, too.
Expensive.
I mean, how many times have we seen him, and he knows exactly how to play in these situations. Then on to the next part. He's gotten the Seekers because of that previous round. Bleed very close towards map point.
Yeah, and the bait in here. Yeah, Ye has to get 2.
First kill.
Oh, they don't push. Bait was for nothing.
And then the
Maybe.
Seekers deployed really early
I mean, they
on.
left vision here, so they could
Unfortunately,
expect
they're
that someone
not
would walk
quite
towards this. Waiting
gonna
for the
find all too much,
Seekers.
though. Just the fact
We're
that there
doubling
are
down on this.
several players around mid.
Omen Flash, Sky, and
It's
Raze.
like, well, they haven't moved yet. We have
I
delayed
mean-
their push.
Wait, what?
Deuce gets another pick off here before they actually go on the ropes,
TTP.
too. And maybe another. Not this time.
Good info, though.
And not that time either.
Oh!
And that's good info.
All right, not too bad.
Yeah,
from
with
Scary,
that
though.
info,
Was
the
able to
Cypher
come
takes
back
over
in just
towards
to
B.
even
Let's
out
see
the
a
odds for a
2v3
little.
retake. They have Skydog to clear everyone.
However, Neth continues
go
to lurk,
fast
and
spawn.
he's managed to plant the flag down on the B site. Anthem arrives with the spike, and it's only Zest along with Retla to try to
planted.
retake.
Last player
Oh,
standing.
Zest tries to do it by himself up around heaven, but since he's fallen, now it's all down to Retla's shoulders.
Not looking too likely to know
Okay.
exactly where he is.
Okay, well,
And he's like, well,
he's just laughing
I'm
to
just gonna
himself.
run away.
Not a
Big
chance
smile
am I
on his
going for
face,
this.
knows that that is just not, it's just not
Yeah, it's not gonna
feasible at this point. So DFM, I mean, certainly making things interesting. They got the pistol, which was definitely the most important part of staying in this map. But now 3 out of the first 4, only dropping the bonus. Not going to be able to deny this gun. Of course, Retla in a very safe spot, all the way on the opposite side of the map.
It's not impossible for them to come all the way back.
I mean,
We've
again,
seen
like the
Fnatic's
first,
done it before.
yeah, the first map, it was 6 in a row for Bleed, and then it was 8 in a row for DFM.
I'll be
So-
honest, I was worried as soon as the pistol happened.
But at this, you know, when it's up against 11, you really, the margin for error is so darn small. It's you might say it's paper thin.
Whoa.
Nonetheless, this round
Hey, Hero
would
gun.
have Bleed on a slightly weaker buy.
Yeah, dude. I like
So
when the
on paper,
casters. I like when the
DFM
casters
should
just
be
give
able
it a
to
little
capitalize
bit
on
of
this.
silence. When it's so
Got
bad,
Neth on
the
another
casters
lurk,
just give it that little bit of
while
silence
Bleed
just to
tries
settle
push
in,
up through.
just so they,
If they can actually take
just
down
so they
Neth,
feel
might be able to
worse and they
retrieve the
feel
weapon.
bad about the pun.
Uh-oh.
Neth has to be very,
Gotta
very careful.
feel bad about it.
Here's that.
Well,
This is interesting. They hear the dash away. Does he then want to take a
could
timing?
be
He does have a
information
gun that he probably doesn't want to get
for
him, so
having his team rotate back towards A. And that's exactly
might just
what they were going to do. Just
call his team
saying,
back
okay, well,
here.
they pushed out of A, and
we need
they
to be
killed
doing
the
this. I
tripwire.
mean,
But here's Retla.
the hero gun.
They pinged his position on the map. Might have heard something or just
Yeah,
at
they're. I
least
mean, they're ready for
calling
this.
to check out some of these corners.
4-person
They're
stack
certainly
right now.
waiting. I mean,
40 seconds. I'm
they
worried
have
for them.
some sort of information, I think. And there it is.
Yeah,
Gonna
but
take him
then
down.
they're still kind of
Oh wow! this
geared
is
up to
actually
hit over
smart.
towards B here. This is the spike.
We have to stack up of
30
B2.
seconds left.
All of
There
a
goes the
sudden,
spike.
Medusa and Anthem were like, Death, I thought you said they were on A. But here comes the showstopper from May. Spots
Honestly,
out
respect to him here. He
against
tanked
the wall
it.
with that tailwind.
Just saving the rest of his teammate. You guys.
However,
Oh, I like this Omen ult to get the spike. I mean, they had to use a lot into this so far. It's still a good eco no matter what.
They might be able to make use of
fully
them.
on top
tries
of
to
this.
go on a solo mission from the back, but
They handled the
shut down
situation
by
well,
Nat.
but Bleach should be pretty happy with just how
That's gonna
many
be
ults they had to
the
get out
site
of them.
being held perfectly. Dark cover blocks off that initial route. The rest of them having to walk back up through. Very potentially going to be mid, and Neth knows this.
Yeah. Hello. And Neth is just going to back away. Doesn't want to check it by himself. But it is going to be Bleed holding on to a couple of Phantoms here. Just to try to save it for the next one. But again, DFM, another round. I mean, this is getting a little spicy.
Yeah, and I also like the call from Bleed here, right? They go over towards A, they break the trip, they go gamble stack over towards B, and then when the gamble stacking over towards B, they lose someone over towards middle, so they know that if they are going to get pinched, they're going to get wrecked, so they decide to push into B main and just take out whoever's B main. Worst case, you don't see anyone B main, you know they're going A.
Win on in, as you mentioned, pretty unfortunate there. And
this is a nice eco.
They're able to pick up the spike with the Omen, and then get the plant down, and there wasn't really much hope for the side of Bleed from there.
Another big buy round, and the op comes out. 1, 2, 3, can't buy next.
A full buy round for
this
them.
can't buy next, but this would be a drop.
This time.
Oh.
But otherwise, yeah, incredibly smart attempt by Bleed.
They go fast with
Darian's
this one.
Trying to take the lead for some of these rounds, but
both Sky Flashes and Omen Flash used over
pressure.
towards Heaven.
Kind of hang back up
Take a lot of mid control early.
Just to watch if DFM does decide to push up ropes.
In reaction to losing middle, once again they take over towards B main. Is Medusa ready for this?
Doing similar things from before, trying to create a bit of presence across the map and then to hold back.
He's in an off angle, so the timing's hard to get there, but I do feel like the second commit, Scary needs to swing
into the
heavier.
crosshairs of Medusa.
Yeah. I think it's
he's off angle, so it's hard to get like a great double swing on this, but
he clearly did not expect somebody to be there.
I think there was enough time to react better than that.
A second member over.
Gary, maybe he wanted to get out of there with the info.
As Darian at least is going to be able to hold on to this angle for now, gives his team time to rotate over. There's still 40 seconds though.
This is nice though in terms of the luck going out, and this calls them back.
Just spark a full rotation out of his entire team. They say, well, let's not just go straight into Darian's operator.
I'm really surprised they gave him a free kill in this, just dueling over towards B.
And Bleed, understandably, down on members. They have stacked the A site. And now they're just going to have to retake this
Medusa
one.
as well can just get over towards site and can just use his ult towards spawn. And do these. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
DFM even investing the Viper's pit for this round, just in case Bleed decides to
No, I think this is definitely worth investing the ult into.
At this point,
Bleed just going to be saving.
As you mentioned, maybe they just
they definitely won't. But if the Viper's pit wasn't there, 3-on-4, there is a chance.
Yeah, you got an operator, maybe pick someone off, but
I think they want to save that off. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I thought they were going to try to get it closer towards spawn, but I think they thought that maybe they had no info here and
5
here.
rounds out of the last 6, so not much in terms of momentum or economy at this point.
Should have open planted, yeah, but it's like if they open plant here, there's 10 seconds left.
I mean, first of all,
they just an off shot or some spam goes to this area through the smoke, like it's a common spot. You could easily ping that and spam it from here when they have no heaven control.
Maybe they don't have a lot of wins under their belts. Some of them are
even us questioning the ult is too hindsight, because we can see the fact they have no info. Like they did play it the safest you could, really.
Regions, you got Yay, for example, you got Scary, you got Zest, and they're all mixed in together, trying to gel, trying to coordinate themselves because they are all so capable. Meanwhile, you got a squad like DFM who, maybe legacy-wise, they haven't been too great since last year. Now a new roster, and they managed to take a win up against
Nah, you gotta, once the pit's up, you don't get a point from that stuff.
They defeated. Surely looking for the confidence to go even further in this league.
Jump peek to set this up. Boy, I like this one a lot. Does he over it? Yes, he does, but they don't get anything for it.
They definitely would.
Smoke goes in as well, and it's the smoke that creates double pressure, but this is the angle that can see on top of it, so
if they don't take it here,
I do like that.
But it would show a lot.
Dog goes over towards middle.
They could just get the job done in 2.
That was nice, man. good nades.
But Bleed, they
It's
really need to,
hits the
they
sky,
need to
so
figure something out here. They just need 2 more rounds.
dog anymore. Cancels the dog.
So
It didn't
far
clear
they've
too much.
Only got the 1 on this half.
Scout destroyed.
Here comes the Trailblazer, just gonna scout out a couple of people. They throw down a dark cover. Say, please don't.
And Bleed have won Bleed have won this round in terms of
Please
just
don't.
mid control.
We'd
This is
rather
very,
not.
very bold when you just got such a
Rather
big win
just
over towards
kinda
middle.
Wait out the rest of the round on your half of the map. But no, DFM slowly inching
Denying the
forward.
time.
They're just waiting out
Nervous for this
these
one, but they
bits of
have
utility.
options,
In
right?
fact,
B
maybe
main,
even baiting out some
A
of
heaven.
these utilities just so that they have an
30
easier
seconds
time
left.
on the site. But in all of this time as well, Bleed
In the
needs to
straight
kind
up
of get a
sight hit.
read
Oh, my
for where
flash hits.
DFM
1,
are.
2.
Hearing some of these movements across B
15
heaven now,
seconds.
Darren turns his crosshairs
People
around.
fighting on
This
sight.
could be the thing that changes the entire fate
shot,
of
big
Bleed
ult.
right now.
Back down,
10
no one here.
seconds left, and you fired
Yeah,
off the showstopper. You
and
fired
them
off
winning
the
the
operator.
duel over towards
Two
middle, and
players
then falling back was
remaining
just
on
perfect
this
from
side of
Bleed.
DFM.
Then they had to commit over towards
They're going
site. They're
for the
taking time to
safe
clear
instead.
all these areas that they
A
could
little bit too
potentially
far
be
from the
people.
spike.
Basically
And that
15
puts
to 20
Bleed
seconds when they
up
hit the site.
On map point.
Okay, 5 chances.
Well,
to get a
they
map
got
win.
a second round. They did do it. I think, Scary, pretty passive position. They didn't quite expect him in that corner. He gets that first kill, and then, of course, Darian holds an angle, picks up an operator, shot, and then Ye gets the third with the showstopper. And that does stop the show. That was the streak from the side of DFM.
Seeing a lot of
Map isn't over
rounds
yet,
that are
but
going to time at the
We'll
moment.
have at least overtime at this point in time. So Bleed can finally get there, and here comes DFM now, quickly going into ramps.
Bomb buddy out.
Sudden change up in pace. Going with
Oh.
the Boombot. Doesn't quite
No,
find too
the
much,
Boombot
and
let
that's
him
gonna
down.
be, unfortunately caught somewhat with his pants down.
He just runs out of
Zest
there.
able to fly back into
Great.
sight where he's a lot safer. Ye has taken his place just to relay. Hold that
And they look good to
defense.
take this now.
Without May though.
And they're going to force
DFM's
towards
having
heaven.
such a tough time finding
Oh,
a
they're
lot
going to
of
force
these
sight.
entries.
Oh, they've lost.
Zest. Oh,
Ooh. Nice little crouch peek. Takes down the first. Redlaw on the off angle. Gets
Wow.
caught with utility in hand.
God. Omen ult goes
Still
in.
have Ye watching all the way from screens though, and that's a direct line of sight. Scary from the shadows in towards the back of sight. Catches Cess. Now it's all down to Neth in a 1-on-3.
Nice to make sure that his
able
team
to
can
take
trade
that
it though.
first player,
Okay,
but
much
not
better
quite
on
the
this.
second.
This team with
That's
double duelers
better
feels a lot
teamwork
better.
from Bleed in that final round.
DFM
as they
though
push
looks a
us
little bit
into the third
ropey,
map
especially on the defense.
of
The
Ascent.
defense decision making
We are going
again
to
still
Ascent, as
worries
you
me when I
mentioned,
watch them
and
sometimes.
man, DFM,